A little town in the deserts of India, Barmer is in the heart of Rajasthan, and the boys from Barmer bring with them an oasis of music. Organized by Mausaki, a Bay Area music group determined to bring the world's artists together, the concert in Palo Alto was anything but expected. A confluence of folk, rock, and Sufi.
And Barmer Boys is actually, one of the new generation, what we call, folk with attitude, 21st century folk. It's the new face of folk, of traditional music from India. It's a young group. The band didn't exist till 3 years ago, so they've had a meteoric rise to where they are. This is the first US tour, first international performance ever. So for a band that did not exist 3 years ago, and they were MTV Coke Studio artists last year. So we're very proud and very thrilled to have world caliber artists on stage. It is traditional music, folk music from India, from Rajasthan, and it's going to be a mix of languages. There's a little bit of Hindi, there's Marwari, there's Sindhi, and that kind of reflects the confluence of cultures, communities, in that region.
ये बताएं, यहाँ अमेरिका आके परफॉर्म करने का कैसा लग रहा है?
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हम आए या यूएस में अच्छा लग रहा है।
बहुत अच्छा लगा है यहाँ पे, और यहाँ के लोग और यहाँ के म्यूजिशियन और हम लोग यहाँ बैंड्स के साथ बजा रहे हैं, एक दूसरे के साथ में मिलके संगीत का अच्छा नया म्यूजिक मिलता है। बहुत खुशी है।
बहुत अच्छा है। अंकुर जी मिले मुझे साथी, बहुत मुझे आनंद आ गया है। आपको सुनूंगा, आपको आनंद आ जाएगा।
Barmer Boys.
A local Sufi rock group, Eastern Brew, opened the act for the Barmer Boys. Eastern Brew's unique blend is the result of unusual combinations of instruments and musical genres.
How does the guitar fit into the whole Sufi music?
It's a little difficult to fit that in, but what we usually do is, blend a little bit of Western into the Indian folk stuff, and a lot of Indian ragas, everything. They also kind of go towards rock, metal, so you can kind of fuse guitars with Indian music.
The whole idea of the show is like having the folk music at the same time, fusing it with what we sing, rock style. So we have 3 singers out here. We have Raj, we have Ishmeet. So all 3 of us have different styles. Raj is on the classical side. Ishmeet you have seen, like powerhouse Punjabi, I would say. And where I fit into the picture, I sing more of the Western side and also somewhat contemporary style of singing. So that's when now adding Mange Khan to it, you see the mix.
I usually do is I use my classical tabla training, and I try to play a lot of Indian beats on the drums, and then smoothly kind of fuse it between the rock things. And so basically I have the timeline, the timekeeper, and the beat keeper. That's what Eastern Brew is about. You take a song, you look at it and say, okay, do I want to do it in the Western style or the Indian style? And the drummer is usually the gap. I'll do part Indian. I'll try to play the Indian beat on the drums, which is interesting, and I find it cool. And then I go into straight, I just explode and go out into a straight rock, and it comes out like Sadhuri.
The violin is basically a Western instrument, and it's been introduced into Indian music as a classical accompaniment instrument. And I've learned Carnatic, I've learned Hindustani, and I'm learning Western now. So I just try to blend whatever goes in as is required.
And after an intense performance, there was one track that made the crowd shout, "Once more."